What's up, everybody? We're back again. Episode 26. Episode 26?
Yes, 26.
Yeah.
I got it written at the top of the paper up here.
26. The Dadbod Golf Pod. You got Kyle, Nate, and Ben back in the house.
What up?
Boom. I'm 26 years
on,
old. This
fella?
is a big episode for me.
This is all about you, Nate. All about you, baby.
Huge episode.
We got a floor Bama half, quarter zip up top. We got t-shirt Wednesday or t-shirt Thursday, and now top button Thursday. What's going on?
Hitting all the angles.
All the fashion angles.
Nate, quality establishment, Nate. Have
Floor
you been
Bama?
there? Yeah, have you been there?
Oh.
Have I?
You're only 26. Now I don't see a lot of 26-year-olds when I go. I've seen others.
That's the thing is you can be 76 or 16 and just get after it in that place.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. I love
And
it.
it's basically that range. It's like either like way old or like right, just barely 21. It's not much in between.
There's no like 32-year-olds in there. Yeah.
That's like first time my dad ever went, we took him to the yacht club to eat. And he was like, well, how do we need a dress? I was like, man, there's going to be anybody in there that's shirtless with a dog sitting in their lap to like somebody in like a shirt and tie that's on like a really fancy date. Like, just don't worry
just
about
came
it.
from
You're
her.
fine.
They just got married. They're still in their tuxedo.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Anything.
You'll be
Love it,
fine.
love it.
Yeah.
So last episode, Nate stumbled upon a gold mine, and that I guess I'd never heard, Ben had never heard, and clearly Nate had never heard, but it was an article.
Which
And
is
the
kind of
time-
odd because we've heard so much about this guy. And this
Exactly.
is the one story. And then so I go to researching it, and there's like not just every one of them have the same headline, but there's easily, because I went through like, I don't know, 16 or 17 web pages to like scrolling to see what articles popped up about him.
A lot of
There had to be-
research.
There had to been 9 or 10 of them that were about
Nice.
this particular topic.
So Nate, what did you Google, and what did you, when you Googled this term, what appeared that's just a gold mine?
And I don't remember how it came up. I just wanted to know what I was working with or what Patrick Reed was working with in the wife department. So I just Googled Patrick Reed wife, and a New York Post article comes up, and I'm like, yes, I'm in for this. Golf and New York Post don't usually, after Tiger had his thing, they don't really mesh that well. So the article was Patrick Reed finds wife after she lets him know that sister rejected him, or something along those lines.
Ghosted. Was in the term. Patrick Reed's met wife Justine after being ghosted by her sister.
So I'm just gonna
Her
give
sister-
like
her sister Chris, who's an LSU alum, which
Chris
is
with
Yes.
a K. So
Yeah,
I've
Chris with
got
a K.
I've got like the 60-second rundown of Patrick Reed's love life, and then we've got 7 unanswerable questions that we're gonna talk
Yes.
about.
Hit the story, dude. Hit the story.
I'm just gonna do the story rapid fire, and there's plenty of questions, so we'll get to them. So Chris, a girl from LSU, comes to go on a date with Patrick Reed at Georgia. She drives back a long way. It's 8 hours and 25 minutes. I just
Yes.
did it on Google Maps. And he checks with her after she leaves to make sure she got home okay, which is really reasonable. 8 hours, 25 minutes.
Sure.
She goes AWOL on him. Nothing.
No.
And this guy
Left
is
him on
interested
red.
enough, sketchy enough to reach out to her sister. Not really sure how he found her sister on Facebook. Wanted to check in, make sure she was okay. Well, Justine, the sister's like, hey, she's fine, and like not gonna work. Well, somehow Patrick Reed slides in, talks to her for a couple years, is what the article says.
Yeah,
And they end up
2
dating.
years.
Yeah. End up dating, getting married. She caddies for him on the Monday qualifiers. They went 6 for 8 while she was his caddy on the Monday qualifiers, driving her Lexus IS 250, which, by the way, is like sitting in a fighter pilot cockpit. It's tiny. And now Patrick Reed's a major champion. So
That's right. You're the car guy. Like, we're trusting you on this. What is this vehicle pretty small?
oh my gosh. Like
I mean, Kyle and I drive trucks, so when it comes to cars, we're like, whatever, man. We don't drive cars.
It's a small. We've got one at the lot right now, and I will send a picture of the inside. And if you like traveling with your wife and her 50 pairs of shoes, no, I'm out.
And golf clubs.
Oh wow.
Golf
golf
clubs,
yeah.
clothes, trying to sleep. No.
Hey, 6 for 8 was pretty good though.
6 for
pretty
8
solid.
Monday qualifiers. Yeah. Said the first few years of their relationship was rough. which I can only imagine.
So where do we?
Well, clearly she doesn't have all her marbles, and we know he doesn't have all his. So clearly this was a relationship that was not meant to last.
But did she have the Twitter account before they met, or did she make that after they met?
No, that was after. She did that to defend him.
So where do we even begin? Where do we begin, Nate?
I've got 7 unanswerable questions in basically in chronological order of this story. And I'm going to ask you guys the first one. How did Patrick and Chris meet? They go to schools that are 8 hours and 25 minutes apart. Tinder was definitely not a thing back in, I don't know, whatever that was. Match.com.
Well, clearly she was a tea chaser. Like she knew he played golf. He was at the University of Georgia. That's all on her. I know it is. She had to be a tea chaser.
Did she see a picture of him? I mean, she drove 8 hours and 25 minutes for the guy that, like, you know.
No, aren't they also from like North Georgia? Like, I think that she's from that.
She was at LSU.
Yeah, but I'm sure somebody said, "Hey, you ought to hear about this guy." Blah blah blah. He wears that choker when he plays golf. He steals from the lockers of his.
He's
teammates.
got a lot of cool stuff, and he's stolen.
Yeah, he's got a lot of cool stuff that he can't afford to buy, but it's great because he has a lot of cool stuff in his apartment. You should really check it out.
Here's what I'm going to say. Okay. Could they have, I'm going back. I want to look at the football game history. Is there a chance she was in town for a football game and just happened to have like a drunken beer goggles on and say, hey, and Patrick called her at a weak moment? Like, is that a possibility?
Sounds like it could have been.
Is that a possibility? Or here's another thing. So Tinder was not around. But you know what you could do? I believe, you know what? It may have just been if you were friends with him, but like you could look and see friends on Facebook near me. Could they have been friends on Facebook and he just drop that pin or whatever and there's endless possibilities, but
crap, I didn't know that feature. I really missed out on some opportunities there. I had no idea.
Yeah. It was useful. Just
your wife is not in the room, is she?
If you were trying to find some guys to complete a foursome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not her. Oh, like golf. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah. There yeah. So there is that is a mystery. That is a mystery for sure. I don't even see the last time the LSU played in Athens was looks like 2013. That couldn't have been it. They played in Athens in 2009, 2004, 2003. When was he at Georgia?
He was a freshman at the University of Georgia, and that would have been in.
But that would have been in the article.
That's true.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm looking in the December. No, they married in 2012. When he was 22, right. So that
2009 maybe.
He was a freshman in 09 or 08.
Here's another question.
Depending on when his birthday was.
How that the profile pic is big too. Did he have a banger profile pic that lured her in and she shows up in person in this?
When you see some of the pictures, he's definitely a lot thinner and his hair's a lot thicker in the 18 and 19-year-old Georgia picks, and when he went to was Augusta State, is that where he went? Yeah, where he transferred to? So
maybe he had a ski mask on.
He didn't put on the weight and he didn't get the thick neck and the dad bod till like right at 22. That's probably why he wifed her, because he knew, all right, I'm done, man. I'm headed north on the weight. Yeah,
lock it.
I gotta lock it up. Lock that up.
All right,
the first date's a mystery. So what's the next one?
Well, number two is.
I'm going to do, before you get to number 2, I'm going to do a little added value one here. Little consolation question. When you see the picture, because the picture of the article you guys sent, who's hotter, Justine or the sister Chris?
I got to go with Chris because clearly Chris does not have she's not quite as great. She's got good taste. Number one.
Yeah. Justine's got squirrels in her head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Justine's got weird teeth, weird smile. No. All right, so
I could get over the bangs. That Chris had.
Yeah, we need to do something with the bangs. Other than that, I got to go with you guys. Chris is better looking.
What number 2? What did they do on the date? What does college Patrick Reed take a girl? Like, sounds like he's never met. Like, is he the guy like takes her to a movie and awkwardly sits there? Like, does he take her to the golf course and try and hit some flop shots over a wall or something? What is Patrick Reed's move on the first date?
He's
I think they
he's
definitely-
using the money he stole to take her to a fat restaurant.
They definitely
And-
did a Build-A-Bear. They went and did a Build-A-Bear for sure.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And that might have been it. They did a Build-A-Bear for sure. And he thought that would have sealed the deal. And she just scared her away.
I mean, did he do the typical freshman thing where he took her? Because if you've ever been out in Athens, did he take her bar hopping that he was able to get in because he was a college golfer and probably had connections at the doors and did that whole deal where he tried to impress her by taking her to bars even though he wasn't 21?
I think if he had done that, question 3 wouldn't be. I wouldn't be asking question 3 because I think question 3 is kind of a build off of question 2.
Question 3 could just be the fact that she went to LSU and he went to Georgia, and she was like, "This ain't happening. I'm not doing this."
Or it could be what happened. Could be the answer to question 2. Could basically also be the answer to question 3.
That's true.
So what were the frank reasons that it wasn't going to work out?
Well, it wasn't too bad. She ended up dating a guy, Justine, when she told him it was just for obvious frank reasons she could not date you. And it's like, but you can slide in my DMs.
But it was bad enough for her not to like, hey, thank you. This is not gonna work out. You're a really nice guy, but I'm sorry. Like, she was just
she gave him exact,
I'm done,
frank reasons. She's like, it's not gonna work with my sister, and this is why.
The sister said nothing. The sister said nothing.
Guys, maybe this was as simple as it was a one-time thing. She was in Athens. She just went ahead and sowed her Royal Oats, and she headed back to Baton Rouge, man. No strings attached, no ties, no nothing.
Are those the frank reasons that, like, hey,
that's pretty frank. I got to tell you.
Hey, Frank, the Build-A-Bear just really ruined it. You shouldn't have done that. It was going good until you got the heart Cupid Build-A-Bear made with both of your names stitched in the shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on first date, he went too far, didn't he? He got the heart, and yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
So question number 4 is what kind of game did he have as an 18, 19-year-old in order to build a rapport with the girl who just delivered the bad news? I mean, he had to have somehow transitioned from, thank you for telling me that your sister doesn't want to go out with me because she wouldn't tell me, to, what's up, girl?
Well, hey, I'm going to say it's terrible because it took him 2 years. Is that not right?
Couple years of, yeah.
They Facebook chatted for 2 years before it actually materialized.
Chatting with babes online all day.
They were
chatting with babes all.
Yeah, he's chatting with babes online all day. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, here's what's funny. He said that at the end of the quote, he said that it was the best decision he's made in his life. Okay, buddy, it wasn't your decision. This just you made your decision earlier and she rejected you. Then this one kind of just you just slid over and gave it another go. So no, this was your on deck circle. This was not a decision you made. It was a scenario that you were given and you just went with it. So we've got to clear that up right now.
Maybe he's got a thing, man. I mean, he was a home wrecker of his own home. Maybe he's trying to wreck their home too by dating the sister.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Oof. Okay. Right. Question number 5.
that make you uncomfortable?
Just like talking about wrecking your own home.
That's him, not me. Wow. He did that, not me.
Yeah. No, I think it was her though. She's the one who wouldn't let his parents in the Masters, but that's fine. But I just think he's got to have some sort of game he converts her from a bearer of bad news to his woman. I'm going to give him some props on that because, he didn't slither away. He's like, you know what? I'm right back in the saddle. Your sister won't go out with me.
Well, he's not right. It's 2 years.
What's
he's
your
not
number?
Right back in the saddle. He
jumped. Hey, but hey, he had to just switch gears quickly. I don't see them he got the tractor beam on her immediately after the Frank conversation. So,
well, let's call it what it is. I don't think he's got too much game. Otherwise, it wouldn't take. I mean, what did he do that 2 years? He go out with other girls while he was chatting this girl up?
That is true. He probably did not.
No, absolutely not.
Probably did not. No.
This was this could have been a catfish.
Hey, do you want to hang out tonight? No, I just saw the other guy didn't put the lock on there, so I'm definitely going in there.
Yeah, nobody's locking their lockers tonight. I'm going in there having a good time. They got
I can't hang out with you.
They got
Yeah.
that Citizen Echo Drive that's going to go well on eBay. I'm headed out, man. I'll see you.
I gotta Skype Justine later. But
Sky.
number 5, we kind of already covered this. They talked
Yeah, it was
for
2
a
years.
couple years and then dated. So like how do you at what point do you like, hey, it's like maybe we should meet up? And she's like, no, that worked horribly with my sister.
I wonder how
think-
many times he asked before she finally went out. In that 2 years, how many times did he say, we need to get together? We need to grab dinner. We need to grab a drink.
And was he like-
I just stole from my entire Georgia team, so I'm now headed to Augusta State. Like, how,
And was he like friend zoned? Would she like talk to him about other guys for 2 years? She's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, like I went out with this guy at LSU, wherever she was. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll help you through this. Like maybe he endured the friend zone for a couple years before.
yeah, I need to Google
had to
her.
have
I don't
been.
know where she went to school. Sister went to LSU, but where did
It
Justine
had
go?
to have been a cold friend zone for a while.
I think he definitely
Has to
endured
be.
a friend zone for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
And
this
until
has
she
friend
finally
zone all over
until
it.
she finally just gave up. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Everybody else thinks I'm crazy. Let's just do this thing. Let's
Yeah,
do this thing.
she had run through anybody that there was where she was, and they all realized
She went through her Rolodex of like
worn her
husband
reputation
prospects.
out.
Yes. Hey, what's the de-escalation period from when you can go from like one sister to the next? Like how much time has to pass before you can? What's the rules there?
I think we got to ask somebody that's got a sister like that may have something similar may have happened in that situation, or
Yeah, let us
that's
know.
that's a weird thing, man.
If you have a husband who dated your sister, DM us. Let us know how that whole thing went
Reach
down.
out.
Okay,
To us. We'll get you on the show.
So
We
even
have
though
a-
Chris went to LSU, Justine went to Augusta State.
So she comes to visit Chris, maybe.
That's what it is. That had to be. What
Or
it
excuse
is.
me, no. Wait, you say that again, Ben? You said that.
Chris went to LSU, the sister that only gave him the
Uh-huh.
one date.
Yeah.
Justine went to Augusta State. So that's where he
Gotcha.
transferred to from Georgia. So
Right.
she probably was one of
Okay.
the reasons he transferred to Augusta State.
Okay,
It's
so
all
he's
starting
like,
to make
hey,
sense.
okay, yeah, all right. That was huge to this. That was a big piece to this puzzle. So we're switching gears a little bit now. Like they've met, they've dated, they've gotten married. Can't imagine how awkward it'd be for Patrick Reed to ask someone to marry him.
Got a couple of kids.
Yeah. So what would it be like to have your wife as your caddy? Like, I don't know how much she knew about golf. We had to find out maybe a little more of her background, sports background, but like, that's your wife toting the bag. Like she's doing the dirty work. Like she's manual laboring while you're trying to make cuts.
She was
you
a
get-
nurse prior to being his caddy too.
Can you get pissed off at her for like raking the bunker wrong or like dropping the head cover?
You rake your
Like,
own bunker. Like, how much do you actually let her do? Like,
Yeah.
are you just saying, hey, just hold the bag and I'll handle the rest? Like,
She's not reading putts.
no. I'm thinking it's got anything less than a nightmare. The girl would have to have no idea about anything to do with golf, because if she starts trying to give you advice and then you don't take it, you're fighting through the whole round. If you just, it's got to be, she has literally no idea what's going on. She's just holding the bag and she's following, and you're just getting after it that way.
Yeah, she
anything
went
else
to-
would be.
She went to school. She became a nurse. Like she doesn't have like an athletic / golfer background. Like
And
she
like,
just
did her dad play golf? Did she grow up around like, at least knowing what par was, or is
it doesn't say that in this article, but still, I mean, I'm sure that most of her information came from when she was like dating him, and he probably would just talk about his day or whatever whenever he was around her. Maybe she absorbed some of that knowledge, but
that's
I mean,
true.
talking about some of, I mean, just looking this one, I said that the article I pulled up says, who is Patrick Reed's wife? It just talks about her being in nursing, and it mentions the whole, after his sister or her sister dumped him, that he went out with her and then transferred to Augusta State, and she was already there going through nursing school, became a nurse, blah, blah, blah. So
Let's sidebar this for a second
yeah.
and go another route.
All right.
Would you like it if your wife played golf with you? How would that?
I'm not answering that question as I look across the room. Not answering that question.
I think mine just came down the stairs too. would you like it if you played, if your wife wanted to play golf with you, or y'all played golf together?
Does
Who
she
wants to
play
go
fast?
first?
Does she
Let's go
play
first.
fast? Does she play fast? And keep
And
up.
can she beat you? Like, what if she's like,
That's
good?
big. Can she beat you? That would throw a
If
little
she
wrench in things. If she was better than me.
if she can, yeah, I don't have a problem with her playing then, because then we're teaming up and I'm taking money from you guys.
I
Like
don't
if she
know.
can beat me, yeah. So
I can't get embarrassed like that. I can't. I've had my fair share of embarrassments. If my wife was better than me, I would just have to let her go find her own group. I think otherwise, I'm a volume golfer. I want to play rounds, so I'm going to say that I would enjoy it. I want rounds. I want try to get that handicap down. If I'm going to say I would be all in unless she was better than me, then I would say no dice. Let's just go try to win some scrambles.
I mean,
or something
imagine
like that.
if you wake up on Saturday and your wife's like, hey, remember our 2 times 10:30? That's awesome. That is awesome.
The more that I think about it,
I have so many buddies that are
actually-
like trying to tiptoe out of the house on Saturday morning. What if she's like, come on, babe, we got to go to Waffle House for our tea time? I mean,
oh yeah. Now
I-
you're really talking my game. Now if we're doing Waffle House prior to the I'm all
Hey,
good.
sweetheart, I got the sitter lined up. I got us 8:30. So get some rest.
Yeah, that's
that's
as a guy
That'd be
told me
cool.
one time, that's stronger than new rope right there. That's nice.
Hey, the more I think about it, the more I'm selling myself on this.
what if she's like whispering trash talk to you the night before, like right before you go to sleep? Be like, God, I hope you don't 3-putt 4 times. Like you
I
did
don't
last time."
mind
Good
that.
night.
Oh,
That would
That
be
would-
awesome.
Good
Yeah, I
night.
wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Good night,
I've
sweetheart.
told you.
I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna absolutely stroke you tomorrow. Good night. Love you.
Leans over.
Yeah.
Hashtag always stroking.
Yeah, or if like one of you like you do something to lose the match, then you both don't talk to each other for like 2 days. You gotta
Oh,
go,
yeah,
to bed, go to bed mad. Like I can't believe Kyle missed that 3-footer.
It broke left. No, babe, don't fight in front of the kids.
That's another. Can she take it as much as she dishes it out? Like if she's talking to you and then she misses a 3-footer on 18 to lose, and you
That's
start,
true.
Going
Yeah,
in
give
on
it to her.
yeah.
you start giving the business back to her, and all of a sudden she shuts down and doesn't talk to you for 2 days. That's not good, man. Like if
I
you,
told you to take your medicine. Don't hit the flop shot.
yes, yep.
That would have been, yeah. That's the more I think about it, the more I think I'm selling myself on this. I think that could be fun.
But I just imagine
You
the
let
first time.
us
she
know how it
outdrives
goes.
I've tried to say, I tell her I'd buy her like golf clubs for Christmas or something like that. And the response is always, don't waste an actual gift on golf clubs. Like, let's just do it in like May or something like that. Like some random date. Like don't waste a gift on like my birthday or Christmas.
I want something I want.
Yeah,
we
there
did
you
have
go.
a couples putting tournament out at AUC, and I was just there like as a spectator, like a peanut gallery, and Kyle was there with his wife.
Yes.
And I
That
would
was
say
a lot of fun.
she's top 20% in the wives of AUC as far as putting goes.
Really?
We got
he
into-
looked,
we
he
got
looked
into it.
nervous.
Did
We
you
got
work
into
with
match
her,
play.
Kyle?
No. We
You
got
said you
into
did some
match
reps
play.
earlier. Yeah.
It may have been like it was very little. It was very little. And she got like early on too, like she hit a putt from like 6 feet that I wanted no part of whatsoever. It was like a scramble putt course
Poured it
thing
in.
that they made. And she just poured it right in the middle. But yeah, we made it through like we were like in the top. How'd they do it? Like top 10, and then you did like match play or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like a
after that.
bracket. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Imagine
enjoyed
how
that too.
good imagine how good she would have been if we'd have had Dadbod Golf Pod going on and she had that sponsor from Sweetrollz Golf. Sweetrollz with a Z.
With a Z.
Sweetrollzgolf.com.
She would
Dadbod 20.
love
20%
She would
off.
love the Sweetrollz grip. She would love
Yep.
that for sure.
Just married.
coulda
married
won.
to a dad bod. Yep.
I may get her a putter with a Sweetrollz grip as a gift and see how
Oh,
that
no.
goes.
You know what was rigged about that competition is Will Claxton, his wife won that, and Will Claxton has been on the PGA Tour. So,
And then Buddy Alexander and his wife Joan,
yeah,
they were
and she,
they were
like-
both in it. And
Yeah,
she's
she-
like better than all the dudes in the club.
she used to like be the PGA Tour media consultant. She has a picture with Tiger Woods in her house. She should not be allowed to play.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
yep.
Yeah,
They should have made her
Clax-
turn around and she should have just had to putt with the other hand, like putt left-handed. If she's
Yeah.
unless she's left-handed, to make her putt right-handed.
Yeah, there was a little bit of unfairness in that thing, but
She
it was
does
still
like
fun.
Peloton for 2 hours a day. I mean, you can't let anybody like that in a
Good
competition.
night. No.
Yeah, no.
Mm-mm. We got beat by a guy. His wife never played golf, she's like a classical opera singer or something like that. And he would sit behind and he would line her putter up. He would physically take his hand on the putter, line it up, and she would just jar it every single time. It was like deflating everything every single time. He would line it up and she would just pour it in like straight on line every single time. And they beat us in a playoff. They beat us in a playoff.
He's a listener, so you know who you are.
You know who you are, Jarman.
Christopher.
We got anything
right.
left on our list?
I've got one question that we could have a little bit of fun with. So this is an ongoing, like this is, for the rest of their lives. What the question is, do Patrick and Chris get along now? What was their first interaction like in person? Because he doesn't ever hear from her. Like she never tells him the original date. She never talks to him. He has to hear everything from Justine. So at some point he runs into her, like when he meets the family or something. And he's like, Chris, what's up?
I'll show
Glad you made it back safe.
I looked at a picture on her Instagram.
Do you talk to your sister? Because I sure have.
Yeah, I looked at a picture, like they got her Instagram linked in this thing, and there's like a picture of her dancing with Patrick in his green jacket. It's kind of weird. Yeah, there's a picture of Chris and Patrick.
I mean, clearly the family loves him. He did that special after he wouldn't let his family in the Masters, how her family's taking him in, and he essentially looks at them as like a father and mother figure instead of his own parents. And I mean, now it moved from Justine. As soon as she got pregnant, then the brother took over. So his brother-in-law is now his caddy, and it's Justine's brother. So, I mean, clearly the family loves him. So I guess there's no hard feelings.
I want to see that video of him and Chris dancing with the one that got away by Katy Perry playing in the background. That's
fabulous. That is fabulous.
Yes,
it's
well
done.
It's actually like a boomerang where they have like this really awkward hug where it's actually funny. It's kind of like he goes in hard and she kind of like falls back like this whenever they go to hug. And it's a boomerang and it goes.
This has happened before.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we know I think we know the frank reasons now.
That's one of them for sure.
A somewhat similar, not similar, but I knew there's a cart girl out at AUC. I knew her for a couple of years. We were good friends.
Oh boy, let's
hung out together, went to the bars together. No romantic interaction whatsoever. To the day I die.
Such a boo moment right now. Such a boo moment.
But
boo as in boo.
But I'm engaged to her sister now. So
yes, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and she used to like, hey, do you know any guys that like, might be, that I can set my sister up with? And I'd be like, yeah, what's up? I'm Nate, 205. I'm not gonna go through the whole number. And she'd always laugh. She thought it was so funny. Well, I can't wait till the rehearsal dinner because I'm gonna tell that story about how I tried to get in with her sister when she asked me. So who's laughing now, Mary Kirk?
Yes,
I'm marrying your sister tomorrow.
I'd be careful with that. I'd tone that down a bit if I were you.
We're gonna have to make it just a little bit less aggressive.
Yeah, just from an older and wiser perspective. I'm with Kyle. That needs to be a lot less aggressive than what that tone was right there.
Nate, will you wear short shorts at your rehearsal dinner? True or false?
I've already that's been nixed. It's in October, so it's not really appropriate for the time anyway.
Are you kidding me? I was wearing shorts to trick or treat this past October. You can wear shorts. I promise you. You'll be good.
Yeah, but
are you getting married on football game weekend?
Away game, Arkansas, like literally the lowest of the low.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
boy. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and then the next weekend is member at our club, so I didn't want to take any guys away from member.
That's my dog.
There has to be priorities.
That's my dog. There we go. Well,
it's gonna be a long week for all those guys. My wedding and the next weekend, the member. It's gonna be
for sure. Is there anything else left on the list?
That's it. That's the 7 unanswerable questions I had about Patrick Reed's love life.
I know we stay with love life. I took a couple of notes from some other things I was looking at. I didn't realize that he WD'd last week. I thought he just wasn't in the tournament because I watched on Thursday, but I didn't know he WD'd. So I just thought he set the tournament out, and he gave no reason for it. Some people are just speculating that he was called as an alternate. So he literally had to fly over. Well, he had one practice round before the Olympics, and he had played 4 weeks leading up to that in a row, that being the 5th week. So this would have been week number 6 week number 7 that he was playing. So they're assuming that he was just tired, but he still had given no reason for WD. And he was a previous champion. He won it in 13. That was one of his first wins. And then he tied for 9th last year, and that was without fans and all that. So he had a top 10 last year. So
but he loves he was in though. He was in though. So
he's in, and he's still in, but it had to be something going on because he loves the course. He plays well at the course. I mean, he's won at the course. He's top 10 a couple of times at the course. So people were just speculating if it was injury and he's going to be out the rest of the season. I think he was just tired because he's supposed to be back this week. So I don't think
he's got tee time. He's got
he's got a
tee time.
Go ahead. He's got to play 3 straight weeks, man. If he makes it, you can't take a week off. After this, you can't take a week off.
It's that's the thing. If he'd have played the Wyndham, then that would have been 7. That would have been 8 weeks in a row. Then you got to play these 3 weeks in a row. So he'd have been 11 straight weeks without a break,
including
22nd. He's 22nd in the FedEx Cup right now. He should be good. I mean, he probably could skip this week too. So I don't think there's probably not anything to that. He's going to try to pad his points up this week and kind of coast to Atlanta.
Another note that I took out, we were talking about feuds, forgot to mention this one because it happened at the President's Cup. Reed and our boy Cam Smith, the Aussie with the mullet that Kyle, you and I have picked a couple of times, the big fisherman. I'd forgotten the comments he had made because the President's Cup was directly after their Bermuda trip where Reed brushed the sand and got caught on camera for cheating.
Really?
And so Cam Smith said during the President's Cup, he didn't want to play with him because
he's a cheater.
He's a cheater. And then they got paired together. And so Reed didn't really address it. He just said, hey, when I'm with my team, we're just, we're teammates. We're trying to beat the other team. We're trying to win the President's Cup. But Cam Smith did not like the fact that he was in the field or even play it. And he's pretty even keel. So it must have really ticked him off. As a matter of fact, one of his own, which will now be a teammate of his, Xander, even said that it pisses him off and wishes he weren't playing golf. Quoted as saying that because of that. So that was just a few things talking about Reed, not just love life, the anti-love life on tour with other players that don't really appreciate him, except in the Ryder Cup. They love having him as a teammate.
Hey, so go ahead, Nate.
Do we want to do a picture real quick? Well, because the tournament will be live when this is aired. I don't know if we have time.
I haven't even looked at who's in the tournament.
I haven't.
It's the top 125 in the FedEx Cup.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like all the best players in the world. So just pick one.
Look, just pick one guy. Let's all do one pick. Whoever finishes highest, just one pick. I've got mine.
I got Bryson.
Okay. I was going to say you can't choose Rahm.
Have him.
You can't choose Rahm.
Let's go.
I'm going Harris English. He's coming back. He's pissed off about the clock crap. He's going to show the world.
All right. So where's this tournament being held?
He's a very forgettable guy.
New York.
Right by the
New Jersey.
Statue of Liberty.
It's in New Jersey. I'm going Phil. Phil loves it up there. I'm going Phil.
Okay. All right. So Kyle has got Bryson is definitely a loser pick. Ben has Phil, who has done nothing except for win PGA this year. And I've got one of the hottest golfers on the PGA Tour right now. Awesome.
But he plays well up there. Let me tell you something. Kyle could have chosen the guy that's got like the best odds out there, and he's not going to have good luck with him. Like the guy probably is going to WD. Like it.
I'm actually worried for Bryson's health right now, to be honest. If I'm being totally honest.
Mental health with the
another real. This is real quick before we get finished. So Ben, I had to go research the Gary Player cheating thing.
Yeah,
and the video is very bad. It's very bad. It felt like. Do y'all remember when Nate may not? It kind of felt like when Hulk Hogan turned to the NWO. That's the same feeling that I had when Hulk Hogan leg dropped Macho Man or the Ultimate Warrior, whoever it was, put on the NWO shirt. It was like watching your hero turn to an enemy. It was pretty bad.
This is after Patrick Reed cheats, And so they didn't show a lot of coverage because he immediately went from there to they went to the President's Cup. So it was all President's Cup coverage leading up to it. So they didn't really cover the cheating scandal until the week after the President's Cup.
Yeah.
And I remember
People started
watching
tweeting that video. Yeah. People started.
I
throwing
remember
that video
watching
in
the
there.
Golf Channel that night, one of those nights, and they said, "Well, let's show you this video." And nobody's ever called Gary Player a cheater. And I was like,
Well,
"This
that's
is
bad.
doctored. This is doctored. They're faking
can't be
this.
real.
This is not real. That's not Gary Player. That's a dude that looks like Gary Player that they got confused because it's a grainy video. They're not real sure what's going on. That's not him.
Yep.
It's bad, isn't it? Is it not bad?
Yep. It's bad. It's bad. And if I feel like somebody up on the balcony called him out and he like told him to hush, like he's like,
Yes.
Can you keep it down up there? It was bad.
Like I'm telling you, it looks like he looked around. I don't see any cameras. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen.
And he
Cheats
got
a little
caught.
bit, and he got caught doing it.
Yep, for sure.
You haven't looked at it yet, have you, Nate?
No,
As soon as
Look
we
it
get
up.
done, you got.
I've been Patrick
just-
Reed all day.
Just Google
That's-
Gary Player cheats at the Open, and it's going to pop.
It'll
right
show up. It's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
It'll
Hey,
it'll
everybody.
make the honorary
Yep.
tee shot at Augusta. It'll never be the same for me after I watch
No, it'll
this.
be the same. I'm telling you, you'll never look at him the same again.
It did
But-
because of how nice he is. After that video was released after the President's Cup, nobody really cared.
Nope.
That just
I don't
shows
think
you
anybody
if you're a jerk like Reed or a jerk like Bryson or even a jerk like Koepka to people, when you do something under a microscope, people get mad. When you're a nice dude like Gary Player who's never done anything wrong, and as soon as he does something wrong, everybody's like, "But it's Gary Player."
Yeah,
Like
we'll give him a pass.
leave him alone. He
Yep.
gets a pass.
Hey guys, great episode. Nate, awesome list. Episode 26, probably one of my favorite ones we've done so far. A lot of laughing, a lot of cracking. Love it. Hey, we talked about Sweetrollz. Don't forget,
Mhm.
go get your subscription box from Swannies.co. They had like
Got
50
mine
left.
today. Got it.
Ben got his.
Well, it's not
today.
arrived today. I ordered it today.
Yeah. Order it because it doesn't come out until September.
Mhm.
It's surprise close. Can't beat it. Swannies.co, coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25. Take 25% off your order. Sweetrollz Golf, Sweetrollz with a Z, sweetrollzgolf.com, Dadbod 20. Take 20% off your next order. Get you a tricked out, nice, big fat printed up putter grip. Get some color coordination going, however you see fit. Little 4-leaf clover action for luck. Hey, help our sponsors out. They help us out. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all of it. Subscribe to YouTube, Dadbod Golf Pod. We need subscribers so we can do live chats, live shows. We can talk back and forth. It unlocks a lot of features the more subscribers we have. Rate, subscribe, review on Apple Podcasts app. The better the review, the higher the chance that we'll read it out loud. And we just appreciate the listens have been going crazy over the last couple of weeks. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming.
Give us a buzz, 334-521-8307, 334-521-8307. I got a surprise for these two gentlemen coming up, probably going to be on Monday's episode. They have no
Nice.
idea what it is. I'm so excited about it.
Chris,
I hope it does not fall flat, but I do have a surprise.
Chris, call us. We have a lot of questions. Call us and leave us a voicemail. I'll
Yes,
text
sir.
you the
Yes.
7 questions.
Please.
Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always stroking.